everyone, welcome back to my channel. As I said before, I was so motivated to post and create content that we're back the same day, for me at least, recording another video. And so we are going to be talking about what if you're not lost, what if you simply outgrown your old life. And this rings so true for me for so many reasons, because I felt like for a while I thought I was lost and I was like, what's going on? Like, what is even happening right now? I don't even know. But yeah, I'm out of that, and so I would love to just talk with you all and hopefully it create some camaraderie around not having it all together in your 20s. To start off, that I am in my late 20s, and so life looks a lot different for me than it does for like someone from their early 20s, and also what I thought it would look like when I was in my teens and early 20s. And so a large part of the work that I've had to do with myself over the past few years has really been letting go of the idea of that little girl created, because she hadn't known life yet. She didn't know anything really, so she was just creating an idea of a dream life, and I was just sticking to that based on like this little girl who had so much hope, but naivety at the same time. And like, yeah, what she wanted was beautiful and all, but it just doesn't fit me anymore. And it's okay to outgrow things. It's okay to change. Like, you should be changing. I'm so happy that I'm not the woman that I used to be. I'm so happy that I'm not the person that I used to be. That I don't want the same things, that I don't do the same things, that I don't think the same, that I don't act the same. I'm proud of who I've become. But for a second, it was really hard, because I was like, as I'm changing, I was like clinging on for dear life to this idea of me and what life had to look like. And I finally had a like spiritual awakening, or whatever type of moment you want to call it, where I was like, what if I don't have to do that anymore? Like, what if I get to change and decide what life looks like for me right now in this moment, and then change again when it no longer fits me? Like, what if I get to just keep changing? And I know it sounds like so basic, but for me it was like mind blowing, so life changing, and I love that I allowed myself the space. And it took a lot of self reflection, it took a lot of journaling, and it took a lot of just like awareness and like talking to my support system, and really just owning it and allowing myself to sit with that thought before it really felt true. And even when I was talking with my support system, specifically my sister, I think I wasn't telling her what I was doing until I was sure that that's what I wanted to do. But then when I told her, she was like, yeah, that makes so much sense for you. Like, I don't know why you didn't think that from the beginning. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess. Like, she was like, it just seems so much, she doesn't use the word aligned, but that's basically what she said. She was like, it seems so much more aligned for you and like who you've become and this and that. And I was like, yeah, it does, right? Like, why did I think it was so foreign, or why did it sound so strange for me to just do that? And I know it sounds like I'm talking in riddles, so I'll say more specifically. The idea I had before of what life had to look like was being a millionaire and like having this very flashy and public life, when I'm not even a public person. I don't have a public Instagram. Well, I didn't. I do now. But I don't it's just for the sake of having one. Like, I don't show anything private on there. I choose not to show my son on social media or any of those things. Like, I don't post any of my accomplishments or any of those things. It's really just for the sake of having one. Because I like to keep my private life private, and So I was really wrestling with the idea of even being like creating such wealth and like having to be visible, because the career I previously desired and was chasing after required like ultimate visibility. And so I was really just grappling with what I claimed I wanted and who I was um, internally. And so yeah, I kind of gave it up. And when I was like, well, what if I just decide to live a humble life? Not a life where I make like comfortable money, where I'm like middle class. I'm able to afford the things that I want. I'm able to do the things I do. And I don't have to sacrifice any of my values or make myself overly uncomfortable. And that's where I said, my sister was like, yeah, I thought that was more your vibe anyways. Like when you were saying you wanted to be a millionaire, you don't even like talking to people. So how would that even work? And I was like, so yeah, that is but you have to come to things on your own. And so I feel like when it comes to the idea of um, being lost, that's because you're really finding yourself. You're really going back to your true self. You're really coming home to yourself. And that's why you feel so lost and maybe lack clarity for a while. And maybe you are feeling like your world is ending and everything is turning upside down, when really it's all bringing you back to where you're meant to be. It's helping you find your true purpose and real alignment and all the things that aren't possible when you're holding on to this fake idea of you, for lack of a better word. And so I just feel like this video could help someone, because what I'm just saying, as much as we hate to hear it, is just trust the process. Allow it to happen. Sit with it though. Like, don't just trust the process and be passive. Be very active in the process. For me, that looked like journaling and meditation a lot. And like I said, having conversations about what I'm going through with my sister and others, and letting people in so that I didn't feel alone.